Clips, clips.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the doublespeak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Clips, clips.
Alrighty, boob tubes, another one of Kips Clips, and welcome to this week's not the Infowars Nightly News, the original, the OG alternative look at the so-called alternative media. Skeptical with the spectacles about the so-called skeptics and watching the motherfucking Watchmen, because somebody's quiet. So welcome one and all. Let's see if we, even for this show, maintain air of normality. That word exists on this channel, who knows. Anyway, you get what I mean. In the evening, one and all, hope yous are all well. So remember what I do here is digital basking. It's all available and accessible free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job you'll find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. The mega thanks to those who do. Alrighty, boob tubes. So I've actually got folders to go through tonight. So a wee rundown of what will be on the show. Say hi to people in the chat. Batter in. So, trying to elaborate on even documentaries, Netflix documentaries, which you could arguably say are kind of hit pieces on one side or the other. If you don't throw the baby out with the dishwater, so that's what they say. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, and I think there's some pearls of wisdom to be taken from them. So let's have a wee look at a few. You'll see the sort of their common theme, let's say, but the stuff they're offering up, if you don't look at it from if you don't look at it through a polarized lens, where new information will just tell you who's good and who's bad, rather than the lens of they're all good and bad, they're all bad, they're all good, who knows, but they're all doing the same shit, and it's that mob's job to convince you that they're good, and it's that mob's job to convince you that they're good and they're bad, and vice versa, and all that good stuff. Make any sense? See if I can explain later. Anyway, so we look at that. What is it? The family and the great hack. And it's not as if this is the new Illuminati. This is who's controlling the world or whatnot. But it adds a different dimension into how complicated all this stuff how more complicated this stuff may be than your very polarised conspiracy stuff. Just stuff. Something worth thinking about. And then we'll have a wee look at the secret right. Very interesting. Jim Dawson's now calling out what I believe to be his marketing minions. But we'll get into that. And then we'll have a wee look at 1.5 million people out on the streets protesting in Hong Kong Phooey. TV show, you know. But they're just what's happening there is police done a bad thing, then they're just protesting against that. That's all it is. Honest. Just whatever happened recently, that's what's happening in the Hong Kong Fooey. So we'll have a wee look at the Hong Kong Fooey later on. The deep state. I can't even remember what's in that. But we'll have a wee look at that. Mr. Toad. Enar Crane. So I may be mistaken, but he's probably parroting 5G fear again. And it astounds me how deep this goes. And then you're left in an area where like you're arguing whether these things are healthy for you or not, and you're like, right, well, probably not healthy for you, but the spectrum of fear that they'll take you to is way over exaggerated to get you in a position of easily controllable, manipulated. And it just blows me away to see how far this 5G ripple effect has happened. Anyway, touch on 5G in a wee second. Next victim, please. Let's see who's getting targeted by whom. If you can see a pattern. Figure out what the fuck's going on. Either Stasi-like organisations sharing secret files with each other. A wee bit creepy, innit? Big bit creepy. And there was I'll go into it later, actually. Keep it for that partition of the show. The Cult of Tommy. I should have organised these a wee bit better, but hey ho. So we'll dive in to what the cult's doing. 5G. Hopeless Bad Sheridan. Do not hit me, Ike. I think you need to be a Tina Turner fan to get that joke. Getting that right, huh? Ike's Tina Turner. Was it Tina Turner? Who was the man beater of Tina Turner? Sure it was Ike. Really sure it was it. So that's Don't Hit Me, Ike. David Ike, the lizard man himself. Anywho. So, thanks for joining everybody. Remember, thumbs it up, share it with your friends and your family and your foes. Help the channel and the show grow. I rely on you guys and girls to do it. So, thank you very much. In the evening, Blazing Stars, how you doing, buddy? Miss Spice in the evening, Miss Spice. Punk on the Whiskey. Eunice, how you doing, Eunice? Stewie. Non-Mirage Truth Vision. You put on specs like these things and you can see alien faces. Maybe Stewie in the evening, Matt Taylor, Vadum, Alan McVicker, and the PayPal Patriot. Seems like a piss take, to be honest, innit? I'd channel that name, but hey ho, you never know. But I don't think he's made his way back. And the Dot, the artist formerly known as Tony, how you doing, my man? Ike was just misunderstood. They killed Epstein because he was about to spill the beans. Open can of worms, you know what I mean. Who killed Epstein? Was it the Illuminati? Was it the Deep State? Was it Trump? Was it Mostad? I'm already inclined he got fucking extracted. Because with all these kind of guys, they keep a fucking frozen Godiva and they find a lookalike. Find a lookalike, they get a computer model and predict what they're going to look at like every 5 years or so. Then they go out there scouring the world for lookalikes at each stage of their life and freeze them. see that fucking cryogenic shit and all that, you know, the people getting back to life? No. That's where rich people keep their gadivers for when they need to get shipped off to Richard Branson's Virgin Island. Man. Their fingers have been caught in far too many ties, let's just say. Woof! Anyway. I don't know, man. Like, anybody that rocks up and tells me they know what happened to Epstein, I'm like, you just bought somebody else's story, you know? Nobody will really know. The amount of people that had him on their hit list. The only people that will know are the people in the know. If you know. Anyway. Epstein was cloned from that meant to be Bono's poop. Whatever happened to you two? Are they still rocking out records, or did they just save the world now? Anyway, so in the evening, one and all, let's have a wee look at some of this stuff. Even. I'd imagine people fucking made clones from Bono's poop. I could believe that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure there's various ways of watching this. If you've got a Netflix account or know somebody with a Netflix account, it's an easy, user-friendly way of watching it, and I don't think it's clearly a kind of hit piece at Trump, right? And it builds on like the Great Hack and all these documentaries that are coming out and backing up the narrative as to how Trump got elected. And I think if you're able to wade through the shite in them, you'll come away with a good idea of how the people behind Trump did get ahead of the game. That's all they did. They didn't do anything that other people, the other side that they're now bitching and moaning, wouldn't have been willing to do, but they get ahead of the game in the way of mobilising, as the Great Hack explained it, the persuadables. And the persuadables was this big bunch of people in the middle of the demographics who didn't vote, and they came up with strategies of how to get them out to vote, and in their particular way. Part of the strategy was creating new branches of right-wing politics. Ron Paul, Nigel Farage, libertarianism, all that kind of stuff. Which, if you go and analyse what it done to the voting base, it turned the persuadables into people voting on that side of politics. Right? So, that's pretty much what winning elections has always been about. Looking at the demographics and working up strategies how to tickle enough bumholes to get enough people to vote for you. Right? These motherfuckers done it with Facebook data, YouTube channels, and a bunch of their windy licking army on YouTube spreading their shit. I'm just fighting for freedom of speech. A lot of people don't know the overall info war that they're involved in. They just think they're fighting for Tommy Robinson's t-shirt and freedom of speech, something like that. But it's worthwhile thinking about, I think. And even depending how long you floated about the truther community or whatnot, look how this is panned out. See if you can see people that have been swayed to one extreme of the political spectrum or the other, whether they've turned into alt-right dudes, fucking down with Ron Paul, and not like Ron Paul is on the right side spectrum of politics. He's like conservative light, you're voting for him, you're more likely to agree with a lot of the right-wing talking points and politicians, and thus you're no longer a persuadable, you're now taking part, you're now being persuaded. And anyway, so it's all about understand. Like, let's say, some would say the Great Hack talks about the very clever collaboration of big data, the harvesting of people's data on Facebook, to use one as an example, one of many, and demographics and electioneering, using targeted ads to the persuadables to persuade them to come onto your side. I think I've witnessed that, all dressed up as this truther community stuff. People being persuaded that what they're doing is, and the vast majority in the truther community, I would argue, the vast majority, I don't know the exact figures, you need to do a poll, but truthers wouldn't do it because they would think you're tracking them. How many of them would have definitely, like myself, prior to engaging with that community, that online media, would have definitely put them in the apathetic voting bracket, as in the sense they weren't particularly one way or the other, very apathetic to politics in general. And then boom shakalaka through Bigfoot and UFOs and the truther industrial complex. Next thing you know, a lot of people are swaying towards Tommy Robinson, UKIP, Project Identity, all the different all the freaks of the circus that have been created to stimulate and to appeal to different demographics. I'm going to The Secret, right? There's a lot of Jim Dawson in this, right? And I'm going to go into him later on. But just bear in mind what Jim Dawson is. Let me see if I can find Jim Dawson's official Twitter. Right, now he's a political activist, and he's a marketing specialist who specialises in demographics. So, like, the whole truther community will know Edward Mayonnaise, I'm sure. Good on a sandwich. A piece in Edward Mayonnaise. Oh no, that's egg mayonnaise and cress. It's nice. But Edward Bernays, hold the mayonnaise. Marketing, PR. He's a marketing specialist. Amazing in demographics. The big hack opens up to your eyes how the big data could get used to mobilise apathetic and persuadables and the voting demographic, or the people getting engaged. The family touches on, because I know we always focus on like Allah Akbar nuts, or the Jews, or this, or the Vatican, and all that. But there's extreme religious extremists. Hello, Jim Dawson. And all denominations of religions. And if you go and like listen to what these people believe in, I mean, I'll go into this later on, but Jim Dawson's sitting there, and I full-heartedly believing. He's talking about the Bible, and that's the breath of God, the physical breath of God breathed into a book, you know. And point caller is the family breaks down that there's religious extremists with influence in the political structure in America and other countries that are of the Presbyterian Christian denomination, as well as all the other religions out there, what would you call it, lobbying for their bullcrap in American politics, when there's meant to be a separation of church and state in America, apparently. But anyway, very interesting. And again, if you watch The Family, they use this prayer group meeting Christian mob as a way of a hit piece against Donald Trump. It's a documentary that came of a book of a guy that went undercover, a journalist that went undercover in this organisation and made a book. So again, read between the lines when you're watching it, maybe not swallow the whole potato. I think that's the saying. If not, just made it up. Anyway, so worthwhile thinking about, I think. Netflix, the family documentary series, is leaving viewers stunned, and imagine getting that, and like, that's mainstream press here in the UK. Man, some old woman somewhere will having a fit with that shit. Anyway, let's leave that up. So I thought that was one of the things that are worthwhile thinking about and checking out. Right, have a wee look into this. With some. This is like, this will give you a good example what I'm talking about. These religious extremists that exist everywhere, man.
Jesus is saying, I come here to cause division. Yep, but division when division is necessary. Come here to get that nice and clear. From henceforth there shall be 5 in one household divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided.
Like a little lost boy. What do I believe? Here's the word of God, son. Read it, believe it verbatim, and then live your life accordingly. It's some sort of a lack of confidence in oneself, isn't it?
Against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. What does that mean? Jesus is saying, I come here to cause division. Yep, but division when division is necessary.
Oh, right. Like fucking the Great Fire of London when fires are necessary. It's like the Phoenix when it was fucking necessary. I'm sure these are all just normal kind of sacrifices that Jesus tells you about.
Because some of these people, and you know, if you're a patriot, you know some of your family do not agree with you. So Jesus is saying there, you must treat these people as enemies. That sounds a bit harsh, Jim.
Well, it sounds a wee bit harsh here, Jim. It's just that this must be. Hold on, the Jesus isn't in the New Testament, is he not? The Old Testament. I think the Old Testament's a wee bit before Jesus' time, I'm sure. Right? Because I don't know that much about the Bible, but there's 2 gods in the Bible. I know they tell you there's only one, but there's 2 gods. That fucking gods get so fucking frantic. There's the God of the Old Testament and the New Testament, very different fucking entities. But hold on, that sounds a bit harsh, Jim.
Well, it's harsh in normal civilian life, but when it comes down to it, when it all comes down and it all kicks off and it all gets very serious, these people will be on the other side. Maybe firing bullets at you. America, you'll find that hard to understand because the last time that happened was the Civil War, which is 1860s. But in Europe, this happened in more recent times, where brother was turned against brother. So you're either with God or against him. And if your brother is against God, well, he's against you.
There's like, was George Bush's speech rather with us or against us?
Yeah, and that's the way it is. And I have some in my own family, so I do practice what I preach. So if we also go to 2 Corinthians 6:14, 17, it says, be ye
Hear ye! Speaking in English, hear ye, 2,000 years ago.
not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That's a really important passage.
Yeah, yoke? What the fuck? What kind of joke? Yoke?
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So the Bible's clear. It's telling us, don't be linked up with these people. Just don't do it.
Don't touch their stinky fucking hands.
And it goes on to say, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? It's oil and water. It's black and white. It's not a difficult concept, but this is all from the Bible. And what concord?
As you can see, like, the Bible comes out in A4 printed version now, because he's reading it. What Bible, when and who, what man wrote it? I mean, because you're saying it was the breath of God, and it was written, King James was written in known history, you know?
Discussion, relationships. What concord hath Christ with Belial? That's the pagan god.
Concord's the aeroplane. No, I didn't know the pagan god, but I know Concord's a big aeroplane. I didn't know it went back to fucking pagan god times. Hey, you learn something new every day. I thought Concord was new technology, but apparently it's just a demon spirit you can get into. Ain't that right, Jim?
Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? Now hear this word.
Hear ye, hear ye!
Infidel. And a lot of English patriots like the EDL say, oh, we are the infidels. Don't call yourself an infidel. You're calling yourself an ungodly heathen. I'm not an infidel.
I think they were calling themselves incels. I'm not sure.
I am a blood-bought Christian. There's nothing infidel about me. And I cannot understand why people would have infidel on their shirts. See,
what is it with these people with the fake book backdrops? Some better than others. It's almost like it's all out the same shop. Yeah, it's the starter pack from Jim Dowson's HQ. How to look good on camera. Here, get yourself some fake books. Rattle them up behind you.
In America as well. If these people are telling you they're infidels, keep away from them. You probably get more in common with a Muslim than you have with these.
They were calling themselves imbeciles. That's it. Imbeciles, that's what it was.
Infidels, self-proclaimed infidels.
Imbeciles of infidels.
Yes.
Incels. Well, that works.
Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate.
Hear ye, separate ye, hear ye.
Saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord.
And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Now this is vital.
Oh, touch the unclean thing.
This is not a discussion.
This is vital. This isn't a discussion. You want to be in fucking his clan? Listen up, folks.
This is not a guidance, because Christ sometimes gives us a lot of guidance. There's no guidance here. This is a command.
No, well, this is a command. Touch my fucking dirty thing. I think that's what he's doing. Is that fucking Jesus' command? No, Jim, this was a guy the other week there telling us that gay sex is now mandatory. Now, I don't want to break it to Jim, but see the guy that's bending you over and telling you that fucking thing firing up your back hole, and he's saying it's mandatory, Jim? Well, more fool you, Jim. Jamesy boy. Jamesy Cotter.
Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord.
Hear ye, saith the Lordy.
And touch not the unclean thing.
Don't touch the unclean thing.
And I will receive you.
Oh, don't touch the unclean thing, but come and fucking let me receive you. It's a bit fucking gay for fucking God. Here, but that's some metaphors by God having some bum sex or something, Jim. Is that out of the Bible? I didn't know the Bible had I didn't know the Bible had gay porn in it, Jim. Surely that's got to fucking rock you to your core. Anyway, this is a guy whose excuse for fucking getting rogered is that gay sex is now mandatory here in the UK. Shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him, man. The big Bob the Builder that's having his wicked way with Jim. Fucking having a whale of a time.
Which heavily states that if you don't do it, God won't receive you. So these people joining together, their works and endeavours can never be blessed, because God is telling us, if you're dealing with these people, I want nothing to do with you.
Good guy, wank!
And that's it's simple. I don't have to repeat this. It's simple.
Yeah, it's the fucking religion. Throw it all away. Simple. Good guy, wank. Good guy, wank. Good guy, good guy, wank. Let's kill the wankers. Pretty much religion in a fucking nutshell, isn't it? No matter what fucking denomination. Woo! Hell, there's the religion in layman's terms.
Go and read it for yourself. Read 2 Corinthians 6:14 to 17. Another passage which is interesting to look at is Matthew 5:13.
Another passage, Jim. Aye, is that how Big Bob the Builder fucking with his mandatory gay sex? Yeah, Jim, hold on. Mandatory, bend over and check your passage. You know how we live to fucking, really inspect these passages. And here, we secret one for you, Jim. It's a back passage. Now, can you read all the gay innuendo in the Bible? Here, there's Lazy Jesus. I'm sure Lazy Jesus know all the gay porny bits in the Bible. There's a lot of whipping and all that, and BDS bondage.
Ye, talking about the Christians, ye are the
Ye talking about Christians. Ye bag 'em, Billy Bob.
salt of the earth. But if the salt had lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is therefore good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. Let your light so shine before men that may see your good works glorify your Father which is in heaven. And that's true. Salt in the old days was
That's true. It's true. Salt in the old days used to be, Romans used to pay their slaves with salt. So back in the olden days and stuff, black and white, that made fucking perfect sense. Nowadays, doesn't really make any fucking sense, but hey ho, let me relate that to Muslim invaders and refugees.
used as a purification thing, no fridges back then. So they would pack fresh meat in barrels with salt, and the salt would stop the meat from putrefying. And what happens when some...
I thought that was just the way my mum and dad cooked things. Meat. So, there you go. Enjoy.
putrefies? It stinks, it's rancid, it's putrid, it's vile, it's disgusting.
I was just thinking about some of my lovely salted boiled meat back in the day there. Now he's putting me off it.
And that's what happens to the world when you remove Christian influence. So by going into league with these people who are not Christian, what you're doing is you're hastening the putrefaction process, not halting it. And as it says here,
Aye, there we go. So that's fucking word and breath of God talking about fucking way back when, before we had fucking fridges. So there's no the perfect modern day context now. But did he say now? It says you don't fucking, you're no way us. You're putrid, you prick. You stink. Okay, Jim. I think you stink a wee bit more because of your mandatory gay sex and your studying of all those passages.
what good are you? You're of no good other to be trodden underfoot of other men. And that's what's happening with the Christian churches right now. They've been stood all over because they've lost their savour. They've lost their power. Another passage here that you should consider, which I think is very good, is 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof and correction, for instruction in righteousness. Why do I tell you that? Because I'm trying to convince you, if you need convincing, that
This is all fucking perfectly true.
that all of these things that I've just told you are from this book here, the Bible, the Holy Bible. Our guide, our rule, our salvation is contained in the pages therein. So, all scriptures
So why did you do a A4 printout? I don't know.
given by inspiration. Now, what does inspiration mean? Inspiration is derived from a Greek and
Well, I think that's enough lunacy to that one, but there was more in here. Was it 16 minutes? Which I found a hell of it interesting.
that, and I'm glad to do that. But why is it all important? Well, I'll tell you why it's important. Look at the alt-right, for example, the massive...
Let's look at the alt-right, which Jim Dawson has nothing to do with, honestly. He's a marketing expert. Specialises in demographics. And...
Now, they're a hardline, far-right group provoking Muslim communities across Britain. Tonight, Porrick O'Brien takes you inside Britain First.
One of Jim Dawson's limbs, branches, these far-right propaganda enterprises.
Feels they're here. And just to warn you, his report does contain some strong language.
Oh,
The megaphone has given us this walkie-talkie across
really
the
funny.
Some Muslim leaders have called for them.
Oh, get in there.
Funny, but it's important. People like Jim Dawson and his marketing company Midas. He doesn't normally do television interviews, prefers to stay behind the scenes. His CV, ex-Calvinist minister, organiser of Belfast's flag protest.
Just pointing out some similarities in the people propagating all this crap.
Back on the front, a dignified and organised way.
He cut his marketing teeth working for the militant pro-life movement in the States, then set up the BNP's fundraising call centre in Belfast.
You've got to remember, most political parties don't know their arse to their elbow. You bring in a professional marketing team. You know, I trained in America with the pro-lifers and all that. If you apply professional marketing techniques and fundraising to a political situation, it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
And that's what we did with the BNP. Raised them £4 million.
I don't really like the BNP, but I gave them I helped them get £4 million in their back pocket.
And then left them to it.
I kind of funded the Death Star, and then I just went, here, Darth Vader, batter in. Make sure you drive that thing safely now.
So I was never in the BNP, but we did do work for them, just to make them successful enough to push everybody over to the right. And I think make them successful enough. So I was never in the BNP, but we did do work for them, just to make them successful enough to push everybody over to the right.
The family, the great hack, similarities in marketing experts, and where does buying into a lot of this shite take? Not everybody, but a lot of people. Takes you to Nigel Farage, takes you to UKIP, it takes you to libertarian shit over in America, Ron Paul, then took you to Trump, and it's taken you to all these other splinter outfits that have happened in the continent, mainland Europe. Raheem Kassam, the old UKIP guy. I don't know if he's still involved with UKIP actually. He seems to be spending most of his time coordinating some of the alt-right in mainland Europe. The Tommy Robinson mob. And to persuade you demographically to vote for the right. Jim Dawson's happy to create any wee splinter group that will suck in any cunt just as long as it nudges everybody over to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
And that's what we did with the BNP. Raised them £4 million, and then left them to it. So I was never in the BNP, but we did do work for them.
There's £4 million. You crazy bunch of fascists. Hope you behave yourself. Okay, I'm away. Hi, Jim Dawson, no worries, pal.
Just to make them successful enough to push everybody over to the right. And I think that has resulted now in the success that UKIP is enjoying. And far better UKIP enjoying it than the BNP, to be honest with you. But at least everybody's over to the right, a couple of notches.
Now he's bankrolling Britain First. How much would you say you've ploughed into that?
That would be difficult to count. I'd need to go and calculate that up. But a substantial amount. One thing I agree with Mr. Chowdhury on, there is such a concept as a just war, a holy war. He calls it jihad, we call it crusade.
Patata, let's get the whole war kicked off. Anyway, I think it's worthwhile interest.
Falling away. Lauren Southern, where's she now?
Who gives a shit? She just nudged limp dick motherfuckers who wanted a bit of politics and some relatively alright face to jerk off to. box ticked. She's fucked off now. Money's fell out the game. Money's out the game, Jim. Innit? You can no longer encourage and you can no longer dangle the carrot of coming into your fake views, fake clicks, YouTube conspiracy. Where your little network butt fucks and blow smokes up all your little network and everybody parroting all your shit. Well, here, he's got a slightly different opinion about abortion. So does he. Let's have a round table and all talk about our ever so slightly opinions on abortion. Or the alt-right want. And that'd be the main fucking topic at the table. Right, let's get a round table of people with different opinions on immigrations and refugees. We'll all sit them down and we'll just talk about immigration and refugees 24/7. Jobs are good, everybody's focusing on this shit. So regardless you're pro or fucking not this stuff, it's all that's getting talked about. So the people in the middle, the persuadables, are getting gravitating towards the talking points that the alt-right, the far right are putting out there because they feel that's the talking points that they're stimulating and the general populace, especially the persuadables, that's where they feel they can win the argument. I mean, who can rock up and go, do you like killing babies? No, I don't like killing babies. Aha! You're anti-abortion. Come on, over here. Here's a Bible. Here's a Bible and an AR-15. Fucking fitting brilliantly. You know, they use it in all these very polarising topics with no deeper spectrum of what's going on here. Freedom of choice, but freedom to choose fucking the topics they're offering you on the fucking table. You know? Anyway, I digress. It's painful. It's not painfully. It's blatantly obvious, isn't it? A lot of this shit's blatantly obvious. Far right loons fucking disguising themselves as the fucking Stasi, making secret files on people and shit. Anyway, let's have a wee bit. Oh, sorry.
Gone. Where is generation identity? Where are they?
I don't know, Jim. You tell me. You're the one that was fucking sending people over there to back them up. You dumb prick.
Where's Gavin McInnes?
Probably pissed beating some cunt up. The Proud Boys were just out at fucking Portland or something the other day.
Where's Millennium Woes? Lucy Brown?
Millennial Woes? He's probably slit his wrists because he's a fucking depressed fat bastard.
Bay Stickman. Where's Gavin McInnes? Where's Millennium Woes? Lucy Brown? Bay Stick?
Lucy Brown, she's probably pimping her fucking anything to anybody for anything at any point.
Stickman. All of these McInnes.
Can he keep up?
Where's Millennium Woes? Lucy Brown? Bay Stickman?
Bay Stickman? Who the fuck? I've never heard of this. Gay Stickman? You know, I watched something on fucking Prime. Hey, I'm Stickman. I'm not a poo stick. I'm Stickman. Anyway, Stickman, maybe he's a fucking writer.
All of these other people. Baked Alaska. Well, he's a traitor now, I heard tell. He's went over the other side. Good.
Oh, maybe a wee bit too baked. Or maybe he's shelling for a villain. Maybe he's bluffing on the bluff. Maybe he's double bluffing. Maybe he's triple bluffing. Maybe he's quadruple bluffing. And then times quadruple. If he times quadruple by 2. Double quadruple bluffing.
Grief.
I'm bigger than you, Affinity plus 2.
Jason Kessler, who organised the Charlottesville nonsense. Where's he these days? And
probably took his pay packet for you, Jim Boy, and living it up in the Vida Luca. Maybe sat back and went, hold on, how did I end up doing this shit? Fucking Ron Paul in Austrian economics. Next thing I know, I've got an AR-15 and pointing it at fucking smelly Antifa. Woo! What's going on, man?
Where are the other thousands and thousands of blogs, of Facebooks, of YouTubes that we've been bombarded with the last 3 or 4 years? Where are they?
Well, because they've shut down all the fake accounts, you know, the multiple sock accounts that keep getting, you know, the fucking sad motherfuckers try to project they're fucking more than one person. The stumpies for around the world want to make themselves fucking feel important. And a lot of them been shut down. I mean, the whole thing that's becoming apparent here is how they use this fakeness of fucking sock accounts, multiple accounts, to project shit. And unfortunately, lots of people are nodding dogs. Oh, look at this! Look at this YouTube video. It's got lots of ups, lots of downs. I'm going to make my opinion of it. That's just the way of the world, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Well, now, the wind blew and the rain fell and their house collapsed. And
Now he's moved on to Three Little Piggies. What the fuck? Where did I skip a bit? Now we're on the Three Little Piggies.
Great was the fall. But we're still here, and there's other good, strong Christian groups still here, and we'll always be here, because we're built upon a rock. But finally, I want to give you...
Oh, this gay sexuendo, innit? Mate, were you built... Whose rock were you built upon? Is it just me that's hearing all this fucking...
Good news. And that is good news. I know that was a bit rough for everybody, but I'm...
Aye, it's a bit rough. Jesus telling you fucking Jesus doesn't want you to fucking get on with cunts. Go out there and fucking treat them like fucking enemies. Well, that's all good in the civilian times, but no nowadays.
Make no apology for it. You need to be told sometimes, and God has chosen me many years ago and ordained me to tell people. So,
this guy's walking about God's green earth thinking he's fucking chosen by God to do shit. I mean, this goes into how this is installed into young, not fragile, impressionable minds. Hey-ho.
I'm more frightened of God than I am of you, so if you don't like it, deal with it. I don't care. But good news. There are some people coming our way, and I don't know if you remember, but about 2 years ago, the Templars wrote a massive document on the alt-right. Why it was a fake, why it was phony, why it was shallow, and why it would disappear. Is it available on the website? Alt-right, not right, is it? Something like that? Yeah, alt-right, not right. We told everybody.
Alt-right, not right. Okay.
About Milo.
Alt-right. Right, let's have a wee look. Has he deleted all his Tommy Robinson nonsense? Right, hate the commies, hate the Pope. Right, so the guy that hates Tommy Robinson, hates all the alt-right, loves the poster boy for the alt-right, little Tommy Robinson, or is at least tweeting out and getting likes and retweets and comments, signed and shared. So he hates him. He doesn't want to be out there saying, I love LGBT, but he does. Says John Dowson, Edward, a piece in Edward Mayonnaise, Edward Bernays. Man speak fuck tongue. But it's no surprising because he's a marketing specialist. So if he's ploughing his trade here with all this bullcrap, then he's using his marketing expertise to try and persuade you while telling you he believes that's the breath of God.
And all these people that were raging, transsexuals, homosexuals, pro-abortionists, anti-God. Some of the guys were even drinking goat's blood in front of the American flag. Unbelievable. And right-wing people were turning up at their rallies. I would turn up at their rally, like we did in Europe in the medieval days, with a load of wood ready to build a fire, to burn them and purify them in the flames of...
Oh, beautiful. Let's go back to burning witches at the fucking stake, man. You gotta love it. This guy isn't even fucking joking.
Said fires. That's what these people are needing. No fuck.
That's what these people are needing now. Fucking hell, the family, man. Woo! That's what happens when they speak freely, innit? Fire and brimstone.
Charlottesville. Unbelievable. And that ended up a disaster. But anyway, there are people now that we did write about and warn people don't go near them. But thank God, and God's mercy is amazing. None of us deserve it. some of us have had it, and now he's pouring out his...
Tony, I think you'll find that's the same backdrop that gets passed around Brian Harvey in The Armchair Detective. Because I done a Dallas Goldbug on it. It's the same books. They must have got it from the same 99 pen shop.
Mercy upon people like Rush V. Do you know who Rush V is? This is a guy that made books how to sexually molest women. Seriously. Grown man. He's talking. I mean, this was unbelievable. I see this stuff and I thought, if I ever see that man, I will punch him square in the nose, because I've got 4 sisters and several daughters, and I thought, if I ever see that man at a right-wing rally, I will punch him in the face. You see, that's not very Christian, Jim, is it not? Christ said, have you got a sword? Because if you don't have one, sell your cloak and buy one. Do you remember he made the scourge or cord? That's a violent, very serious weapon. He sat down.
Right, so, you know, like your stereotypical Allah Akbar, Nutbar will sit down with the Quran and selectively take out passages and then sort of a twist and... no, in fact, it's not so much twist, it's offer up... It's offer up alternative interpretations of this. That can be in... Hear ye, foreskin and for year ye, hear ye, ya prick ye. It can be interpreted a million and one ways, especially if it's in a fucking language that fucking Shakespeare wouldn't fucking understand. Or maybe he would. Maybe he wrote it. Who knows? But no, can't it be Shakespeare that wrote the Bible? No, it was a fucking breath of God and shit. Anyway.
Took several hours making that, and went into the temple and beat the absolute living daylights out of the money changers and the scoundrels and the chemists. So don't tell me that as a Christian you can't punch people on the nose. There's many a person...
Hey, let's go and fucking drag the bankers out and fucking kill them. Sound familiar?
Needs punch in the nose, and he's one of them. Anyway, thank God. He has now come out and said he is a Christian. Committed. He's took all his filthy books off the internet, which convinces me he's telling the truth, because that's hurting his pocket. Big money. A lot of folk are Christians until you ask them for money, or it costs them money, then they suddenly disappear. They're not so keen to stand at the...
Oh, hold on. Costing me time in my life I'm never going to get back. Not very Christian of me. Call me condemning the alt-right and then sharing their stuff. Not very Christian of you, Jimmy boy. But hey ho, I'm no expert on being Christian. Right, so the secret, right now,
this video engages my top.
I watch and enjoy this channel, and I don't think he's deep state Illuminati, right? But I think this, and if you go and listen to it, where he, like, this is meant to be pointing out police corruption and stuff like that. And how the police are wankers and stuff. And the guy does that, but with they're all left-wing snowflake slant. So, like, if you're going to criticise the police and focus on that, I would argue you have to do it from a bipartisan standpoint. Anyway,
they then assault the guy that tries to intervene. My first thought
is you can't then call people snowflakes if you call that an assault.
Actually, my
but anyway,
thought, because the first one isn't publishable.
Oh, and here these guys, these young fucking dudes, deserve a right good kick to the balls.
My second thought was to wonder what, if anything, the police had done about this. After a brief search, I came across Brighton and Hove Police's Facebook page, where they'd added the video asking those who'd been involved in the incident to come forward. Scrolling down were a number of comments naming the YouTube account where this video originated from. Sure enough, when I searched for user Wheelie K, he had posted a follow-up video, faking contrition for what he'd done, and clearly in such a rush to do so, he'd forgotten to put on a shirt. I won't
showing off his pigeon tits.
Bore you with the content, as he does a good job of that by himself, but he attempts to justify his criminality the only way he knows how, by
criminality, right? Now, in the same token, they'll fucking talk about not wanting to criminalise and make people criminals easy, And then when something like this happens and you can spin it as being the left-wing lunatics, it's all like criminality and all that. Looks like a bunch of pretty close to being prepubescent fucking young boys on bikes being arseholes. Right? Now, was anybody there? Did anybody grow up or grow out of it? Some people don't. But I don't think it's like being a snowflake to go like that here, right? You're going to reprimand kids and tell them what they're doing's wrong. But to slap a criminal record on them that will go for the rest of their life at the age of 14, fucking 15, 16, these dudes look like. It's not being liberal or anything, it's just having a fucking bit of compassion and empathy for young idiots. Some people have been there and been... I don't know, I can only remember some of the right stupid shit I done when I was younger. And it wasn't because I woke up, oh, I'm a right prick, I'm going to do some really stupid shit. It's because you were young and fucking stupid, man. Well, that seems like a good idea, let's go and fucking do that, seems like a great idea. And then you grow up like that, I can't believe we done this. Right? Anyway, so, I would like to give these fucking young idiots the benefit of the doubt and like to think they might have a chance of growing up to be a decent human being, and maybe going down the route of trying to get them fucking 10 years in jail just because, hey, I need to make a YouTube video demonising the police, don't you know, is a wee bit harsh.
Playing the victim.
I think.
Yes, you see, the only reason this poor innocent mite and his gang of lost souls felt the urge to invade an Asda supermarket and terrorise shoppers.
They're young and fucking stupid. I bet you when he was young, he was walking about with his fucking corduroys, with the seam. His mum ironed the seam right in his corduroys, so it was walking about like a fucking square, like a fucking gutter pipe on his legs. And he was just walking with his wee blazer and his fucking... You know what I mean? This guy doesn't obviously buy his fucking his who am I looking for? Victor Meldrew fucking voice. Guy who never knew what it was like to be young and stupid, and maybe kinda have some empathy and understanding for that. But hey ho.
It's because the local authority haven't built any special bike parks for him and his mates.
Fucking kudos is going to be a fucking entrepreneur. He's took getting fucking banged to rights, being a right twat, and trying to spin it round to get him and his pals a fucking bike park. That to me tells me he might go far.
Oh bless. Cry me a fucking river. Somebody left the following comment underneath his video. You are without doubt the most clueless moron that has ever uploaded to YouTube. You and your friends are mindless thugs, and if the police don't prosecute...
Hardly mindless thugs, mate. They're a young bunch of fucking guys being extremely stupid. Mindless thugs, ooh, back in my day. Back in your day, they would have Hovis bikes, you bastard.
Prosecute you, I'll do it myself. Look forward to my channel uploading a video about this. You are everything that is wrong with...
I'm going to make a video about you, and another video about you, and another video about you, and that's going to make me sleep very, very well tonight, you young thugs, you.
Basic parenting.
I mean, does this guy honestly, think about this, right? Is this guy going for the hits and the clicks and the money and the prestige and the I'm fighting for right? Or does he genuinely get enough brain cells to think what he's doing here is making things better? You know what I mean? Let's fucking name and shame some young and... Let's go through, like, back in the day, you used to go through the Cumbernauld Times looking for all your neighbours and all that done stupid shit, right? That's what these motherfuckers are like, creepy fucking... I got nothing better to do with my day. This young child has been raised a thug because he's a crime badge. Yeah, aye, okay, mate. And you can go listen to its entirety. He does use liberal left and all that shit.
YouTube and the police all rolled into one big joke that isn't funny. Oh, that somebody was me, by the way. That prompted a response from another YouTuber who suggested I take a look at other accounts of those who may have been involved in the Azza incident. In this case, someone calling himself Little Harry 15. Sure enough, he's uploaded a ton of videos dating back 2 years that show the same type of glorification of criminal behaviour.
Glorification of criminal behaviour, don't you know? Ooh, I once seen him riding on the wrong side of the bicycle path.
Most of which involve pulling wheelies on busy roads and pavements.
Oh my lordy lordy. Hold, stop the fuck. Hold on. That's it. That's beyond the pale. Beyond the pale. Here, Crime Bodge, I'm now on your fucking Hello? Yeah, PC Plonker. Yep. I want to report a child. Yep. What's he? He's pulling wheelies on really busy roads. Is he dead yet? Nope. Okay, get back to me when he's dead. Natural selection. Oh my lord. Now, I don't believe this guy's absolutely sitting there outraged that there's fucking kids pulling wheelies and stunts and filming themselves to look cool on fucking YouTube to their pals. I mean, I could believe that this guy can't remember what it's like to be young, or probably had an extremely traumatised childhood walking about with his penny blacks and his fucking corduroys with a seam ironed in. But he clearly forgets what it was like to be young and stupid. And I think that's a bad mistake to make. Anyway, let's get back to the crime of the century here.
Now, I couldn't care a toss if these pieces of shit fall beneath a vehicle and
oh, lovely pieces of shit
prey on themselves across a main road. The sooner the better, in my opinion.
I get kind of throwaway comment and stuff. I'm sure he doesn't actually genuinely hope that fucking death visits these kids for them being young and stupid.
But it's the members of the public who are being put at risk here. One such video shows an altercation with a cab driver that one of the cyclists smashes into, and a mob quickly gathers to intimidate the driver, who soon becomes fearful for his own safety. Now, I haven't had the chance nor the inclination to go through all these YouTubers' uploads, but I did notice a few that involve scrapes with the police. But as their uploads have remained unrestricted for several years, it's safe to say that those encounters resulted in no penalty whatsoever. This kind of imbalance has always been a gripe.
Yeah, that's been said, the imbalance today in the fucking crime world. There's not enough kids riding their bikes getting to jail.
Of mine. Now, the police seem to give serial offenders the benefit of the doubt when it comes to law breaking, but come down hard and heavy on ordinary people. Why is that?
Probably you, because you're walking about with your corduroys and a big fucking seam in it, fucking poking cameras up people's arseholes going, I've got the right to film here, I've got the right to film here, and it's upsetting people. And then cops fucking love nothing better than some arsehole rocking up to them and go, do you know the law? Section 9 of the fucking 3.54 of the fucking 1999 Act. You know? Anyway, but I thought that was funny.
Aye, new edition of the Temple Report today. I want you to watch because it's quite important. We've got the Jeffrey Epstein shenanigans and see what's going on there. Was it murder or was it suicide? Watching, you'll find out. And we also have a great story today just breaking. 3 British lads in Australia took down a crazed jihadi who was on a rampage.
Yeah.
Sadly killed somebody. But all of that is on the Temple Report, so don't miss it.
Don't miss it, y'all. And then there comes the music and intro that's almost identical to the Anonymous mob. Right? And I guarantee, that Anonymous mob, right? They're lovely, lovely, well-meaning people, like in lots of groups. But within the people attracted to that would have been like your fucking Rain Men Windy Lickers, right? Who would have been brought on board to sit and go, turn themselves into stumpies at the behest of people like Jim Dawson and stuff, not even having an idea who they're getting directed and for what reasons to attack. and because they're so stupid and Rain Man-like, controllable like that, but they think because they've googled fucking 300 ways of fucking how to hack into somebody's shit, and they think they're smart. Watched a wee bit too many fucking... What was the programme that was about anonymous iRobot or something shit? You're glorified hacking and... oh, right? I'll be honest, see all that hacking shit, it's just like... It's creepy. Anyway, it's just like a fucking... Peeping Tom. Back in the day, you would have got your balls booted and called a little pervy Peeping Tom bastard. Get your fucking eyeballs out from my fucking letterbox, you fucking weirdos. Anyway, interesting.
Well, from my perspective, not surprising news that Jeffrey Epstein, financier, is found dead in his New York prison cell.
What about the pictures with you on his island?
Ha! Who never seen that one coming? Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced billionaire who was facing federal sex trafficking charges, died by suicide. This over the weekend.
It's meant to be not just one.
Hours after Epstein was found to have...
Hello, Jim Dawson. Shh. I'm not going to tell you that gay sex isn't mandatory. I'll let you discover that for yourself. But when you're doing air quotes, you might do two, not one. Changes the meaning, I think.
Hanged himself in his Manhattan jail cell. And I remember the week before he was found on the floor unconscious with marks around his neck. I shouldn't have laughed. The man's dead. He was never...
Shouldn't laugh.
A nice man, but it's outrageous. So last week he was found unconscious with big marks around his neck. This week he's found dead in his cell, which was a suicide watch cell, which is a special cell where you're supposed to be monitored 24/7. And guess what? On the night of his suicide, the surveillance cameras malfunctioned. What do you think of that?
I don't think air quotes, I think nipples. But I maybe just I've got the wrong version of sign language.
Yes. So somebody failed to bump him off last week, but managed it this week, and no cameras were working. Incredible. Hours after Epstein was found to have hanged himself in his Manhattan jail cell, Mr. Trump, President Trump, retweeted a post linking the Clintons to the death. Oh, dear me, what would give you that idea, President Trump? It's rather outrageous to suggest that anybody who knows anything incriminating or dodgy or embarrassing or illegal about the Clintons would end up dead. Well, it's happened before. Several times. Yes. I've heard that you could probably populate an urban graveyard with the amount of people who have turned up.
Now, remember, nobody in and around Trump's turned up dead ever. But everybody knows about the Clinton death. What's it called? The Clinton death list. Is that what it's called? Suicide list. Forget what it's called now.
Dead or committed suicide when they've had something on the Clintons. So here we go. Another one. Jeffrey Epstein, and we've seen the unredacted copies of his little black book. There's a lot of big names in there, I can tell you. Should I say that? Will I be assassinated during the night? Right, scrub that. Take that bit out of the film. We've never seen anything to do with the redacted wee black book. Yes, yeah, I'll be...
Alex Jones shared me the documents, they're real.
I'll be frightened to go home tonight now. I could end up with the Clintons round up.
Right, so whoever had that book had a motive of killing Epstein. Right, you kill Epstein, then you bring out a book, real, fake, edited, whatever. Then you control the whole narrative of that fucking thing, because that's going to be the main bit of evidence, isn't it?
If I see a black American limo up my street, I'm running. So anyway...
Clinton body count, how could I forget that? No listen to Alex Jones in a while, that's why.
Epstein is alleged to have kept records of wealthy and powerful men that visited his private island where he held sex parties and flew his private jet, the Lolita Express. Bizarre. Before his death, Epstein was asked in a videotaped deposition whether it was standard procedure for his former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine.
To bring underage girls to him to sexually abuse.
Ghislaine. We would have see any cunt in Scotland, they would have fucking sniffed that madam out like that. Hold on, hey, what's your name? Ghislaine. Margaret. Should we send little Betty out with Ghislaine tonight? What are you fucking talking about? Fucking just fucking like get that little fucking skank out of here. We would have been all over that. Only in America would you get fucking underage girls getting fucking procured by a madam called Ghislaine. Beautiful.
He pleaded the fifth. That's a great thing. They've got in America. He's pleaded the fifth. No, none about it. I'm not saying nothing. But I think you can take from that what you will. Anyway, Giselle Maxwell. Now, in case you don't know who this is,
you said Ghislaine a second. Now it's Giselle. Did I just hear Ghislaine?
He pleaded the fifth. That's a great thing. They've got in America. He's pleaded the fifth. No, none about it. I'm not saying nothing. But I think you can take from that what you will. Anyway, Giselle Max.
Oh, hold on.
Deposition, whether it was standard procedure, death, the Lolita Express. Bizarre. Before his death, Epstein was running. So anyway, Epstein is alleged to have kept records of wealthy and powerful men that visited his private island where he held sex parties and flew his private jet, the Lolita Express. Bizarre. Before his death, Epstein was asked in a videotaped deposition whether it was standard procedure for his former girlfriend, Ghislaine.
Ghislaine? He says Ghislaine.
Maxwell. To bring
Ghislaine Maxwell. Ooh.
Underage girls to him to sexually abuse. He pleaded the fifth. That's a great thing. They've got in America. He's pleaded the fifth. No, none about it. I'm not saying nothing. But I think you can take from that what you will. Anyway, Giselle Maxwell. Now, in case you don't know who this is Robert Maxwell's daughter. And he was the biggest newspaper tycoon before the other crowd. Who's the other crowd? The one that owns Sky and everything now. Right. The Murdochs. He was the big player before the Murdochs came about. He was massive, global. And he was a big guy there. And Giselle's his daughter. He was a former British media tycoon.
How did he get Ghislaine and then goes to Gazelle?
And alleged, make sure you hear this, Giselle, because she's very litigious. I say alleged Mossad agent. According to court documents from his first arrest in 2008, Epstein was offered 2 8-year-old girls to sexually abuse by a prominent modelling agency. This is the type of people you're dealing with here. Utter trash, scumbags. Am I particularly upset that he's dead? No. I rejoice in no man's death, but I can tell you right now, I'm very glad I won't be standing next to him when he's being judged. I can tell you that. His billions won't do him any good where he's going. He served 13 months in custody.
Hey, too much time on this guy.
Like I say, it's interesting to see because we share Judeo-Christian values are what built the West and what made the West the greatest civilization. So I don't understand people that are against.
Yep, without religion, nothing good would ever have happened.
Today on the Temple Report, we're going to talk about the horrible incidents in Ohio and El Paso and the people behind them. And I mean the real people behind them.
Right. Enough of Jim Dawson, isn't it? Just keep him there. Hates Tommy Robinson, but wants him on Facebook and Instagram. Anywho, let's see what else we've got here. Well, this is quite interesting. This is current events.
Iran's parliament speaker says the UK had no choice but to withdraw from its act of piracy and release a supertanker that was seized in Gibraltar while carrying
that's not what the BBC told me.
Iranian oil last month.
The BBC didn't tell me anything about the UK committing any piracy or anything.
Britain came to the realization that the situation in Iran differs from that of the past and that it could not flex muscles using ploys. That's why it had to withdraw from its act of piracy.
On Thursday, the Supreme Court in Gibraltar lifted the detention of Grace 1 supertanker following a series of diplomatic efforts by Iran. The vessel was seized by British royal forces on the allegation that it was heading to Syria in violation of European Union sanctions against Arab.
Tit for tat. Interesting. Nevertheless.
Greenland is an okay name for a country, but what about if we call it Trumpland instead? Huh? Here's one for you. Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland. Now that is not a sentence from an Onion article, although...
No, I don't... I'm not pro-Trump or anything, but the way they've made this up into some the most bizarrest thing. It's Donald Trump all over, innit? It's gangster. I fucking buy Greenland. Fuck aye. But it's not as if this has never happened in the history of the world. It's not as if like he's rocking up and going, I'm going to buy Greece. You know, he's buying a wee fucking... he's buying a big massive snowball with a ball hair a population under 60,000 or something.
Well, honestly, you could be forgiven if you initially made that mistake. This president,
No, not really. But maybe if you get some sort of wee mind to click like you even explain it, maybe we will.
The most unorthodox resident of the White House in modern history is actually apparently interested in buying Greenland, the world's largest island that is currently owned by another country, Denmark.
Denmark is...
What? There's islands owned with other countries? What are you talking about? I don't understand this.
essentially owns it. We're very good allies with Denmark. We protect Denmark like we protect large portions of the world. So the concept came up, and I said certainly I'd be strategically it's interesting, and we'd be interested, but we'll talk to them a little bit.
Like, what? Why would Trump...
Like, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? What's your voice?
Trump want Greenland? Is it even for sale? And is
it even for sale?
Greenland the one with the...
Do you really go around to talk like a 2-year-old to quit?
Ice?
What? I'll have the steak Tupperware, please.
You sure you don't want the ice cream?
Oh yeah, I'll have the ice cream.
Or is that the one that is green? These are all good questions, and as my teachers always reminded me, there are no stupid questions-ish. So allow me to answer some of the biggies. Question number 1.
Right, you're like mocking why anybody would be interested in why this is such a bizarre concept, and then you go and talk through all the reasons that make perfect sense why Trump would be interested in this. Makes perfect sense. But hey, that's a minute and 10 seconds in. People have switched off by now because of this whiny guy's fucking voice, but hey ho.
Why the heck would the US want to purchase Greenland? Okay, let's start with this. Reminder, Greenland is an island in the Arctic, which is 80% covered by an ice shelf.
Why the fuck are you talking like fucking that?
Less than 60,000 people actually live there. So the most obvious reason to buy Greenland is that Greenland is widely believed to be hugely rich in natural resources, including iron ore, lead, zinc, diamonds, gold, rare earth elements, uranium, and oil, sweet oil. And
the oil?
Much of it is currently untapped.
You get the point. I just thought it was weird the way they were. Makes sense. Who's that? Or Jihadi Jack wants to, remember the Beatles, the Jihadi Beatles. We stay in a world where that fucking makes sense. The Jihadi Allah Akbar Nutbar Beatles. Well, Jihadi John wants to make a comeback. Don't call it a comeback! Another jihadi with attitude! Coming from Afghanistan! With a pub for you! The new rap. So, tell me, Fortune Cookie, what do protesters want? To bang things? Nah, this comes from CGT in America. Not very American, it's Chinese. Anyhow. Permanent withdrawal of the fugitive bill. Stop using the word riot to describe the unrest. Stop calling me stinky, okay? Release of arrested protesters with charges dropped. Don't think that's going to happen. An independent commission to investigate police conduct. Resignation of Chief Executive Carrie Lam. And universal suffrage, the right to directly elect their top leaders.
We have considered all factors and came up with a response that we have rehearsed time and again.
When did Britain accidentally or kind of not willingly give Hong Kong, well, didn't give Hong Kong back to the Chinese? 1996 or 7 or something? And then, say 20 years later, 20 years plus later, and this is what we've got. But this is because those 5 demand things, obviously. This hasn't been a long drawn out tug of war for power in that area of the world. No. Just happened last week. BBC told me that. Anyway.
2 days after the biggest pro-democracy
and more British tourists are getting arrested.
Protest in weeks, Hong Kong's deeply unpopular Iron Lady, derided as a puppet of Beijing, swept in to meet the press. But no one was holding their breath.
Carrie Lam, 1/4 of the population of Hong Kong came out in the rain and marched peacefully. How long are you going to continue to ignore the demands that
of the BBC
are made of
I mean of the Hong Kong people?
You.
She had 2
Look, mate, it wasn't 1/4 of the population came out in the rain. There was fucking 2 for 1 fucking takeaway night. That's all it was. You get some of the best food in Hong Kong, I heard.
Important initiatives to announce, she said.
One is important fact-finding study, in addition to a very robust system to investigate and look at the complaints against police. The other is to create a fact-finding study into the causes and the facts of this incident.
So, 2 fact-finding studies. One by the Police Complaints Council, whose members are appointed by Mrs. Lam, her only response to Sunday's vast anti-government protest.
Just fucking queuing up for some food, man, fuck's sake.
She said she hoped the fact it was peaceful would provide a way out of all this.
In Hong Kong.
On her way out, she was heckled and yelled at. Once again, she had failed to address even one of the protesters' demands. Those who'd organised Sunday's demo were scathing.
We do not trust Carrie Lam. We do not trust her lies. The only way to calm down
something wrong.
The anger, the rage of the people is to really respond to our 5 demands.
As all this was going on, news broke that a Hong Kong employee at the British Consulate General here had apparently been detained by the Chinese authorities 11 days ago as he returned to Hong Kong from Shenzhen, a huge Chinese city just over the border, where he'd attended a conference.
Oh, yes, he was doing some just the normal official duties going between China and Hong Kong, and we all know that Brits abroad never do any spying or espionage and anything like that. No. It's all just made up by the big bad Chinese.
Simon Cheng, who's 28 and is employed to promote investment in Scotland, was texting his girlfriend on his way home on the train late on Thursday the 8th of August, when at 10:42 he texted the words, "Pray for me," and he hasn't been heard from since. The Foreign Office said it was extremely concerned by reports he'd been detained and said it was providing support to Mr. Cheng's family and trying to find out what had happened. In Beijing, a spokesman for China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said he had no knowledge of his
Sure, it's
disappearance.
perfectly
I don't have
normal.
any understanding of this matter, he said. It's not known whether Simon Cheng had participated in recent anti-Beijing protests, some of which have turned violent. But China has accused West.
Anyway, just thought we'd take a wee look at what's happening in the world. Deep State Illuminati. Alright.
Right, I've just been making this video, Bell Fruit.
All the same stuff.
Because I was thinking about the shape of these flowers on the thorn apple and the variants of it, the datura and all the rest, yeah. And now they're that bell shape. And don't they have the, what's it called in the middle? The plant over
Ding
or
donger.
whatever, in it.
The ding
The
donger.
stamen and all that in the middle, clanging around, you know.
Clanger.
Like a bell, innit?
Bell.
Is this why bells
Beehive.
exist?
Like catchphrase.
Yeah. Are bells a flower symbol? The flora?
Or are they a symbol for bells?
Is that why we have them in church steeples? Yeah? It's interesting, isn't it? But
it's interesting.
It was like a 5-minute 20 video there, and I used the instrumental version of Hell's Bells by AC/DC. Instrumental version.
The instrumental version.
And it's been blocked.
Oh, it's been... Oh, my. The Illuminati Deep State. They don't want this information coming out about the bells. The bells! The bells! So, because I used copyright stuff... Because I used copyrighted stuff, that's why they've blocked it. I mean, it's telling you they're copyright. Anyway, I just think the Deep State's after them, to be honest.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Indiana.
This is Ian R. Crane, and it's the morning of
pull your
Wednesday,
G-string down.
the 14th of August 2019. And yes, I'm taking a break, but this morning I'm taking a break, another break from taking my break. And today is a day...
Do you know what he's just basically saying there? He's just fucking eating 10 ton of Kit Kats. You know what I mean? Taking a break. Aye, right. There's one packet down. Taking another break. I'm taking a break from taking my break. Munching down all the Kit Kats.
That I certainly will be taking some time to reflect, as today would have been the 61st birthday of my sister, Susan. But almost a decade ago, she succumbed to the trauma that she endured as a result of multiple rounds of chemo and radiotherapy. And arguably, she had the best possible care available because she had the benefit of Bupa health care.
Oh, right, because you're fighting for the young guy, so you said private health insurance and shit.
As a benefit of her employment. But nonetheless, the last 3 years of her life were just a constant round of medication. And unfortunately, of course, she knew...
Fuck's sake, man. Oh! What's that got to do with you saving the world, Mr. Toad? Why are you dragging your sister's death into this? But hey ho, each to their own. GC math, I think he was talking about. Quick look. What's going down in the town?
Yo guys, what is up? Scammer Vaults here, and today I'm...
It does what it says on the Tim. Tim? It does what he says on the Tim. Aye, the Rangers fans singing hello, hello. Anyway, does what it says on the tin. How many people do you know in the real world that's been hit with a scam? Mums, people that aren't too savvy and get taking control of computers, and oh man, It's rife. It's rife. And this guy busts the scams. Anyway. Does what he says on the tin.
Very evil.
And I don't know. Got to be some sort of a sick puppy if you're out there deliberately trying to like fucking, I don't know, stir up mental conspiracies about shit as some sort of a way of, I don't know, distracting from like your behaviour. So rather than actually like go, here, hold on, what we're doing here is a bit creepy, fucked up, maybe secret fucking files and all the creepy shit we're doing, and maybe it is a big bit creepy. Nah, this is a new conspiracy, a new one here, a new makeup, more shit. Drag more people in here. Here, look at this cunt, let's drag him in. Here, look at him, drag him in. And there's Crossman now coming out and admitting that he's a New World Order shell. What can I say? Knew it all along. Knew he was Deep State Illuminati all the time.
Ah, little shout out video.
Right, now, this was the dude that fucking Hairy Mary Sparkle managed to drag in to make videos about me the other week when no one else would do it, or very few people would actually do her dirty work for her. He seems to have stopped, but now that you know, well, but he's part of the community they're building that share secret files on people and who target people. He's just amongst them in their secret little Stasi community and their little secret Stasi files. They just target people. Now, what you'll notice here, Titus, I believe this guy that they've targeted and gone after, I'm still yet to fucking know what this guy's crime is other than believing in conspiracies and doing conspiracy shit online. You know, I don't think they've even claimed he's murdered anybody. I think they just don't believe that he knows the Illuminati secrets, which he probably doesn't. But it doesn't make him a bad man or sort of like fucking getting targeted by some scumballs to make secret Stasi creepy fucking folders that you're sharing amongst each other. Like I've got more screenshots on this one. I dumped to the fucking file system. Anyway, so fucking Friday. And what you'll see is he's going after a guy, Titus Frost. I don't even know what that guy's stick is, to be honest. Won't get time to find out. But you'll notice other people in the secret community going after Titus Frost as well, and who else? Random rants of Ryan or some shit. But hopefully that's in here. So, are they testing a suicide weapon? Well, going on if that video of that woman ending up fucking wanting to kill herself because of Plisco is setting to go on. Maybe Plisco's the fucking stumpy suicide weapon. But hey, all these people don't even give a shit. Oh, these conspiracy nuts think we're fucking deep state Illuminati paedophile protectors. But why do they think that? Because she's going around fucking creating little fucking folders, bullying, harassing, intimidating people because they believe in conspiracies. And you don't even know what half the fucking stupid fucking mob are doing with your little stupid folders that you're showing all these windy lickers how to do and coordinate your efforts. Fucking freak show that it is, man. Fuck knows what that would have been.
This is
And you can go and get up to speed with Crossman's stuff. Just crazy seeing the amount of people that's now getting dragged into this whole bizarre piece of shit.
What a day. Right, full right.
And now Bum Destroyer's out again running interference. Oh, Brian Harvey, all you do is need to talk to me. Right? And somebody brought up like Flow Destroyer isn't bad, he wouldn't do all that stuff, he's a good guy, honest, yada yada yada, all that pish. I'll point to a few things. Flow Destroyer was the catalyst for them Mackenzie's Devils going after 007, and I witnessed Flow Destroyer witnessed firsthand, right? And I'd love to see him come out and deny this shit, because I was there and so was other people, laughing and joking and thinking it's so funny to fucking mentally fucking torment that 007 guy. And do you know why he was targeted? Because him and Flow Destroyer fell out over the Illuminati. Then when Flow Destroyer I fell out with this 007 guy, the whole little community that Flow Destroyer is building, those messages from Facebook, I'd love to see him try and deny that isn't him, Mike Dice from Met Hill. You know, I'd love to see him try and deny that isn't him, because me and him both know that they were messages that we exchanged. But hey, that's enough from me. I know it. So he was the catalyst for what they done to 007. He was also part of the catalyst of me getting attacked by Mackenzie's Devil and Sparkle. By going on a Brian Harvey hangout. Right? So I'm sitting there pretending he's going fishing. The only fishing he's doing is with a fucking PH. I didn't fucking ken Barbie this week or for a couple of weeks. I'm going fishing. Sitting there fucking just being his wee little creepy Stasi chupter fucking self online. So those Facebook messages are genuine. The ones that I've got on the Skype as well are genuine. He's not... I don't see how he can deny it. We were communicating verbally when we were exchanging these. There was no denying these are messages exchanged between us. So the little folders of Macamoville and here's a little folder, Kip, you're so fucking great. That was written by him to groom me into that little gang of fucking creepy fucking spazpots. And what can I say? It's Bum Destroyer. So good luck, Crossman. Having words with that chapter bastard.
Before I tell you this.
And now Brian Harvey's on the rhyme and repeat, saying the same stuff and going into all this shit, man. And fuck knows what Brian Harvey's all about. But why is he getting investigated by a secret community of Stasi creepy bastards online? Right? Because that isn't a conspiracy that this guy got phone hacked and was ball deep into some of the shite fucking Murdoch was doing. That ain't a conspiracy. Right? It ain't a conspiracy as well as some of these entities will still be out there wanting to make that guy fucking batshit fucking crazy. So why is Flo and fucking Hairy Mary Sparkle and the rest of them ganging up and coercing people into attacking Brian Harvey and gaslighting him amongst others? Flow Destroyer wants to act all fucking nice, prim and proper. I was there and witnessed him laugh and mock that 007 when he was getting gaslit and Mackenzie's Devils was making him think that they were fucking going and watching him and shit. Some sick puppy stuff. All brought to you by our friendly fucking Flow Bum Destroyer fucking spider.
A witness was attacked and raped by Leon Britton. Leon Britton is the one that they don't want to go for at the moment. Our witness identified Leon Britton by a tattoo that he has on his groin. Our witness drew the tattoo for the police.
One of the people you told the police was Leon Britton, actually, the name of the case. Yeah. He was accused of parties in London. And there were other senior MPs as well. There's an MP called... There's a lad, Civil Goldsmith, yeah. Raymond wrote a few books for him, but who I lived with and everything, and we've done a few books for him back. Yes, but getting back, I want to get back to Leon Britton because I know what the information said came for. There's one surefire way of identifying Leon Britton above anything else. Do you want to tell James what that is? His birthmark. His birthmark. And where was his birthmark?
Birthmark.
On his, I don't understand him because of that. No, just...
Is that a very early on example of all these fucking Machiavellian fucking head fry motherfuckers out there grooming and manipulating fucking simpletons to fit into a fucking barrage of bullshit. So as crazy as some people want to make Brian Harvey sound and all that, and those points I agree with, there's some fucking undisputable facts that you don't even need to go to Brian Harvey for, that are very interesting in and around him. He's sitting in the, he's sitting there with his evidence, right? Now I've went through all this and made my fucking position very clear on this, man. But he's got stuff that's undisputable, that's very uncomfortable for Rupert Murdoch. And a lot of people in and around him, and the wee media empire and stuff that's still on the go. So, why is Flow Destroyer asking me to come and join a community that's investigating Brian Harvey? Why are you who the fuck are you Stasi little chukter prick, to be investigating any cunt? Never mind keeping folders. Now, see if data, the new big data laws that are going out there and stuff, Facebook and all that can't do this shit behind your back. There's another avenue of suing these pricks. Get a name and an IP address and they get them held accountable. Like for example, Malcolm Conrad Ogilvie, I can use that evidence of Flow Destroyer. He could sue the fuck out of Flow Destroyer. And his real Facebook account, Mike Dice from Met Hill. There's all the details you need to go and sue him in real world, real land, using the new data protection fucking things that have been put through in the European Union. Right? They're the avenues people need to look, because these wee Stasi creepy bastards, Facebook can't do what they're doing, right? And when they are doing it, it's fucking written in the terms and conditions. So these wee creepy Stasi fucking curtain twitching bastards out there keeping secret files on people, you get evidence of that because they're quite happy to use that file and knowledge of that file and share the fucking links to that file as a fucking way of trying to intimidate and threaten you. Because they're stupid ass windy lickers who at best might just end up with 10 barrel loads of shite kicked out of them. Might just be get used as a human football. But they might also end up getting the acid off them. But anyway, Earthmaker Tattoo.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, the fucking older tones of a fucking chukter bastard. What is it? The fucking Glaswegians sound like junkie bastards and all chukters are fucking junkies. HIV positive! HIV positive. That's what you sing to chukters. Anyway, so quite happy to bounce in here and talk about Mackenzie, and I think that's Belinda Mackenzie or something. Is it Belinda Mackenzie? Can't even remember, right? Who? Oh wait, hold on. Who's that woman that get jailed for 12 years? Belinda, one of the Mackenzie there. If it was Belinda, I'm getting messed up with the names, right? But the reason little fucking bum destroyer, chukter junkie fucking destroyer here had a bee in his bonnet about Belinda Mackenzie and Siobhan McNeil. That's it. So because they were out there accusing innocent people of being paedophiles. But when people from his little community are out there doing that, oh, I'm away fishing. You know, I've got fucking time to fucking do that. I've got time to make fucking secret creepy ass little fucking folders on cunts. Licking those windows at Windows 10 24 hours a day. I've got all the time in the fucking world to investigate all this shit. Speak to journalists. Do this. Try and fucking indoctrinating people with secret files here, there and every fucking where. Go on this show. Do that. Speak to him. Demand Brian Harvey do that. Stand on one leg Brian Harvey do that. But you can't call out the fucking cretins in your own fucking midst. Huh. Doesn't smell right, pal. Doesn't add up. You can't sit there and put yourself in a wee moral fucking high ground against people making false allegations against fucking people. And then when your fucking cunts in your own little community are doing it, sit there and shut the fuck up. I'm going fishing. I'm going to talk about pie, Amnesty, Maloney, and a 10 barrel loads of fucking shite that you've spoke about for fucking years because you've got nothing new to talk about. You've got nobody new to go and target. Your little groups now, your people are going like that. Why are they going round and targeting these people? Why don't you go and fucking fucking Freddy and start getting battered in, and Titus Frost and random Ryan? They're on your hit list. Why don't you batter in and bully and fucking harass and intimidate and make demands of Brian Harvey again, you chookter bastard? Why don't you go around and try and fucking tell, oh, you're so good, here's some smoke up your ass, here's a little folder and somebody that's been doing bad things to you online, and try and fucking groom more people into your stupid little fucking community? Nah, rehashing old shite 'cause you get nothing new to talk about. Anyway, Fandan. Hi everyone! Going to take a break from YouTubes. Now, even
There was a kid on it.
The conspiracy of the conspiracy within the conspiracy of the conspiracy. They're all sitting, oh, look at all these conspiracy nuts thinking we're deep state, Illuminati, paedophile, MI5 agents. And now, here's another thing that doesn't smell right with Flo. Right, listen to some of the bullshit rhetoric that he's came out with if you can fucking stomach his chuckter fucking accent. Right, and this was after, like, I never knew Flo before he got in contact with me. Then I listened to some of them after he touched base with me, and I'd be on like, well, look, I used to be into conspiracies, now I'm no so much, and then he'd be saying the exact same shit, right? But here's his sociopath, psychopath, empathy switch. Empathy for the victims of Sabine McNeil and Belinda McKenzie, because they were apparently falsely accusing people of being paedophiles. Not only that, they were going around and spreading this and haunting them in the real world and doing whatever they could to fucking spread this shit in the real world, right? Then it happens in his fucking mob. Empathy on, empathy off, right? Used to be a conspirator, used to be into conspiracies, then seen the light, doesn't have any empathy with anybody that still might be in the conspiracy land. Can't just see that they're a decent human being, but they might just believe in deep state Illuminati, and maybe they're right, right? Maybe they're right. They just at the moment still believe in satanic paedophile groups that took over the world, right? Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. That's not what I'm here to debate. But you're judge, jury and executioner, and then like 007, like Wiz Solutions, you all just gang up and team up with your little Stasi fucking network and go after these people. And here's more conspiracies of conspiracies of conspiracies, and you'll be sitting around laughing. Look at 007, oh look at Trigger Pimp today, oh look at him, Nobody thinks you're big or clever. You know, that's why you need to operate. That's why your little fucking arseholes are twitching when fucking people find out where you fucking stay. That'll be a funny live stream. Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's all laugh at Tommy. On a cheerier note, let's move to Tommy Robinson. Never thought I'd say that. That's the thing, gas mask. They can't fucking go around behaving like that and then still try and claim like some sort of moral high ground, like we're helping people and you're not. You're out there just fucking bullying because you're sick and twisted, bitter little fandans. There's ways and means that any cunt, when any predicament, can help in the real world. Don't need to go online and start setting up Stasi little fucking folders on cunts. Creepy bastards. Anyway.
I mentioned briefly that I'd mention about the Islamic terror attack in Sydney, Australia. So that is what this video is going to be doing. So those of you...
I think he should be the next Bond villain. The artistic Bond villain of the future. You know Bond villains are going to be artistic in the future. Just the way of the world. No, like, what do you call it? Diversity and all that, so a Bond villain's got to be fucking artistic at some point. Hello, Mr. Bond. Welcome to my very organised office. Did you notice everything's at the right angles, Mr. Bond? Did you notice I got a bad habit of doing this, Mr. Bond? Did you also hear, Mr. Bond, that with all the PayPal money that the cult of Tommy Robinson's given me, I've now got a compulsion for fruit machines, Mr. Bond? Yes, the support of my mother and sister been ripped away from me, Mr. Bond. Now, I'm a lonely soul with only the cult of Tommy Robinson to guide me, and that's led to me... Don't know how Alex Jones keeps that voice up. And that's led to me playing the fruit machines. Up here we would call them puggies, but I don't know how well that transports around the rest of the world. Even though I'm a Bond villain right now. Clearly not Scotland. Maybe. Anyway.
Who don't know about it, though there's probably going to be very few people at this point. But there was a Turkish man named Murtney who ended up going around shouting Allah Akbar, trying to stab people with a knife in Australia. Now, as far as I understand, there's only been one fatality. Still one too many, but at least it wasn't a bigger number, like we've seen in quite a few terror attacks. But he was actually stopped. Murtney ended up being brought to a standstill, or a complete standstill I should say, by brave pedestrians who were willing to risk their lives to defend Sydney.
The New World Order!
One of them was even from Manchester. I'm not sure if there's a Manchester in Australia, but if it's Manchester in Britain, it only proves a point that there are still a few brave lions living in this world.
Brave lions in this world.
They were able to put a stop to him before he did anything else, and they pinned him down until the police arrived. Now, much as I would like to slate the police, I don't know the circumstances in regards to how long it took the police to get there. So it would be grossly unfair for me to blame the police if they had responded in all due time.
Blame the police? What you talking about, you fucking mentalist?
I know I'd love to do it, but unfortunately I have to have some semblance of fairness.
I would love to just blindly blame the police, but it's very hard to spin on this story, so I need to keep the pretense that I'm a wee bit fair and not in the cult of Tommy Robinson up just a little.
Unlike for our London Metro Police. So, the one problem I have with this terror attack, well, when I think about it, it almost makes you wonder, is it really a terrorist attack?
Ooh.
Anyway, the main problem I have with this whole thing is actually the way the media in Australia have handled it.
Alright.
Now, I may not be able to go after the police, but I can certainly go after the fake news media who claimed that
I'm not an NPC. Fake news media, fake news media, fake news, fake news, fake news media, fake news media, fake news media, Muslim, fake news media, Allah Akbar. Whew. Hard to keep up.
Oh, well, he has mental illnesses and he's a lone wolf and he's having problems. Bollocks. This man knew exactly what he was...
McVie, when my tea's ready, I'm going to go into the fallout. Well, try to get back up to speed with what's happening within the cult of Tommy Robinson.
Doing. And the only mental illness he was suffering from was the fact that he belonged to a death cult known as Islam. And maybe it should...
This man's known to a death cult known as McDonald's.
Should be considered a mental health issue to belong to the militant side of Islam. But thankfully, as I said...
And all joking aside, but I think it is a mental health issue when you choose the cult of Tommy Robinson over your mum and sister. When you fall out with your mum and sister and actually leave house, lose your kind of support unit and then end up back on the puggies and all that.
Takes one to know one.
This bastard.
This bastard. Oh, watch this. Right, imagine you're just a normal meaning counsellor, right? And I know, like, Jim Dowson has to get into your head that every single one of these people and sitting in there is a paedophile, Islamicist supporting paedophile Muslim apologist, right? Not just a normal person with a different point of view for his extreme politics. And if he gets inside your head and uses his marketing shit, this is the way that you might be capable of acting. Sorry, I can't do anything about the levels. That's as good as it gets for this. Oop. Lying.
So he's a Nazi because he calls I wear a Tommy Robinson t-shirt who's fucking gone to prison for child rape gangs.
Tommy Robinson's went to prison for child rape gangs. Well, no, really, mate, but anyway. Shame on you! Shame on you! Tommy Robinson, fucking more syllables in your songs. I can't even really blame these simpletons. They've been wound up by Jim Dowson and Tommy Robinson to the extent that this is the way they think, the normal way to behave. They think this is going to be effective. This is agent provocateur shit. This is not constructively fucking contributing to any process.
Disrupting this meeting. They have started verbally. No, he called me a Nazi just for standing there. These three.
He called me a Nazi, so I called him a Nazi. Well, so you were really upset at him calling you a Nazi, but then you just proceeded to call him a Nazi back. Well, yes, that's the way simpletons' heads work. The Irish Tommy Robinson. Sanity for Sweden, but not Ireland. No idea what kind of internal politics in Sweden that they're using. But again, what you'll notice, as I said earlier, they just constantly, they don't care what your opinion is on all these talking points. They just want your attention and your attention focusing on their talking points. They don't tell you what to think, but they tell you what to think about. Think about it.
Good morning, people.
I think he must have just ate his spaghetti hoops. That's why he's like that. Paranoid all his spaghetti hoops are. I think I've done that a few times.
Doing my damnedest not to absolutely sneeze the house down, because I have no doubt I'm going to do that. I think I might be coming down with a cold. But of course you haven't come here to find out how my general health is coming along. No, this one's going to be another short video, but I've just watched another Jessica Svitanowski live stream, and apparently there's the possibility that Tommy Robinson is being moved from Belmarsh.
Oh right, that's that Rebel Media wee girl, innit? Done a live stream in a taxi saying something about that. So, I'm sorry, I'm not up to speed with all the names and faces of the cult of Tommy Robinson as much as I used to. But it's like similar being in the just similar getting into the conspiracy stuff back in the day. You would, if you were with conspiracy people, you'd be talking about all these names and people, Paul Joseph Watson, Alex Jones, just a barrage of names, Ike, Taxi Driver, fucking Gary, Sheridan, Sheridan, the whole barrage, and everybody would know who you're talking about. Who wouldn't know who David Icke is? Who wouldn't know who Brian Gerrish is? And it's only when you meet people that aren't ball deep in that cult or culture, you start understanding it's like a foreign language. You know, you can rock up and your conspiracy pals. You can just speak paragraphs and conspiracy talk. That was like the JFK of the UFO, of the CFR. That's as bad as Hoover and the FBI and the Fed. You know, the Fed isn't federal. You know, just all that shit that gets rattled into your head through thinking you're engaging with the truth. But anyway.
To a Luton court so they can try and ban him from football.
Yeah, that's because he was walking about in the last football game punching people. And he's an enemy of the estate, don't you know? He wrote a book about it. And the deep state Illuminati are in bed with all the Muslims and they're coming after him. And they thought, what will we do? Kill him? In prison? Nah, let's ban him for football games. That's a deep state Illuminati way of hitting him.
I don't even have any words at this point because...
Well, you don't have any brain cells to figure it out either, but that's because you're a simpleton.
For a start, he shouldn't be in prison because, or at the very least, if he is in prison, he should be in a Category D prison at worst, and he should have...
If he is in prison, he should be in Buckingham Palace.
Only received a fine for his contempt of court charge. And now they're dragging him, metaphorically, halfway across the country, just so they can try him in a court so they can ban him from all football.
Aye, what we should do is change the whole legal process because of Tommy Robinson. Just change it all. Aye, he's getting prosecuted for a crime, then that crime gets fucking put on the fucking waiting list, and then it gets called up at court at a particular time, and you either turn up or you don't. If you're in custody at the time, the authorities will facilitate you going to where you have to get tried, and it's usually a local authority where the crime get reported or whatnot. I'm butchering that shit, right? But there's just some common sense little points that this simpleton should know before waffling his truffle shuffle janitors.
It makes no sense to me. This is all based off of a contempt of court. Now, if it was because he had, I don't know, let's say he had assaulted someone in the...
Well, he did. That's what he's, and that's why he's getting took out of prison and tried, because he did assault somebody. Regardless of what that guy was, if that guy was walking behind him going na 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 na, Tommy Robinson then turned around and punched him or whatever. Right, that's assault. It's on camera, and I'm assuming he's going to get tried and convicted of it.
Football club, or because he started a fight, it caused the whole football club to turn into a full-fledged football-wide brawl.
Yes, it's okay if you just kick one person's ass, but if you kick one person's ass and that leads to a full football riot brawl type of thing, then that's just disgraceful, you know.
Then,
oh God,
that kind of action might be vindicated. But of course, we know he didn't. All he did.
Bullshit's getting caught in your throat, mate.
Was quote information that was already in the public domain.
You're getting mixed up, simpleton. That shit's already been dealt with. That's why he is in jail, serving that sentence. You're bitching and moaning about the football thing, and then talking about the last thing you get jailed for, but hey ho. The way it goes. Young female ally of Tommy Robinson. Oh, that's the way love goes. Ooh.
Owen! Have a picture, please. Please, just quickly, please. Please. Okay, Owen Jones. Thank you. How are you?
Thank you. I don't know what the accent I'm doing, but thank you anyway. I sound like I don't know where the accent's actually from, you know?
Nice to meet you. Yeah, how are you? You're live on Facebook. Oh, hello, mate. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. How you doing? What has been happening to you outside Parliament with these people?
Well, fascists are going to fascist in the face. Bloody fash.
Yeah.
I think the issue isn't me, though. The issue is not this import fash. It's people from minorities who are being harassed on our streets every day. Far worse ways than that, as well as the rise of fascism. They've killed one Labour MP, they tried to kill another. They plot to kill Jeremy Corbyn and Sadiq Khan. There have been numerous.
I love what you do. We love what you do.
Hi, everyone.
We love what you do.
Good morning.
I've got a red pill Phil conspiracy for you. Can this guy paint in any other colour than white? Or has he just got one white room in his house? He puts his overalls on and makes a wee video. Or does he just work for, is there like a painting decorator company out there? You're like, doot, 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 doot. Hello, B&Q, hey, B&Q and paint it. Aye, that's what I want. I want B&Q. I want you to B&Q it, and then I want you to paint it for me. Aye, what colour? Pink. Match my blankie. Well, you don't paint in pink. You've only got one painter. His name's Red Pill Phil, which is funny because it's red, not white. But Red Pill Phil, who's a black guy, only paints in white. It's a bit racist, is it not? You're not painting red? No? What about green? No, just white. That's fucked up, isn't it? I've never heard of a painter and decorator before that only ever paints in white. As you can clearly see with his well-used overalls, this is a clearly observable occurrence. Right, thank you, B&Q and fucking paint it. That's a crack name. B&Q and fucking paint it. I know. Head of the game. Good. But hey ho, listen. That's a legit conspiracy. Why does this guy only ever paint in white? Does he work for some sort of a racist painting and decorating company who will only... It's because he works for Tommy Robinson Painting and Decorating. They only paint in white. I'm on to you, Red Pill Phil. O'Toole box, left-wing NGOs and more police corruption there, don't you know? Looks like Jim Dowson's Tommy Robinson Republican branch. It's a strange bastardisation of this shit. It's like the extreme religious fundamentalists from both sides are banding together.
Don't do that. Oi! Don't be hitting the police officer. Who do you think you are to threaten me?
Now this goes in the cult of Tommy Robinson. I don't know if this is a cult of Tommy Robinson or just the cult of Speaker's Corner. But this is hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious. Actually, see, after a while it gets quite distressing. Right? Like, see if you watch it, because she's getting put in all sorts of stress positions and fighting back and then getting shit kicked out. And she ends up getting fucking 8 cops round her, having to tie her legs together and put her in the back, and she's going to get done with assault with a police officer just for that stupid little thing. Because of that retarded gang mentality you get. Happens online as well as real life, doesn't it? Allow you to exhibit all sorts of fucking behaviour. But anyway.
So I wouldn't say it's all polarised based off of the Brexit vote.
Now, I'll be honest, when I heard another dabbing live stream, I thought this was going to be something completely different. But as it turned out, it was just him. I thought Big Dablima was getting on the weed there, man, for a second, but no such luck. My God. Terminator. It's a conspiracy, September 11th. The Muslims are at the gates of Venice, I think. I mean, do the people making this... Is this too cheesy? Oh, fuck it, put it out. Oh, I did love it. I actually think like Tommy Robinson is the fucking Terminator. Anyway. It'll be big.
Riot arrests days ahead of potentially violent dueling protests.
Woo! Where before there's crime, there's pre-crime.
That happened back in May.
So far, 5 people have been arrested in connection with a fight that happened outside a bar on May Day. And police have also charged far-right activist Joey Gibson.
Well, Jennifer, Jeff, the way he reads this is simply standing on the sidewalk can get you in trouble. He tells me he's not to blame for that violence, that he didn't play a part in it. Regardless, at least one group now is applauding this decision to charge him. For the better part of 3 years now, we've seen those clashes in the streets of Portland. Anti-fascist.
When have you ever seen citizens worldwide polarised the way they are right now, along the exact same lines, willing to kick the shit out of each other, both thinking they're on the side of right? I mean, that's some culty shit there. When you can get the extreme left and the extreme right. Now, if you're you could sit down with both of them. Well, I don't know, I could sit down with both of them and they could present a very strong argument to their ideology, and there's a lot of shit that I could agree with both of them on. But the thing that they're unwilling, where a lot of these problems seem to exist, is people's unwillingness to like even conceive or compromise on a compromise or conceive of a compromise. But anyway. Welcome to London. Walk down the street and try and point out the lack of white faces. You know, there have been areas of London probably for 1,000 years, if not more, that you couldn't walk down without seeing very many white faces. That's what happens when you're a fucking a capital city of a country that went out and conquered almost every corner of the globe. Get businesses in every corner of the globe. It then becomes like a mass metropolis. Oh, where's all the white faces? Right, Maddie.
It's time to be.
I love the way he did. Like, you got to love people who rock the bowl cut. But the guy like him that rocks the cardboard box cut, you know, he puts a square cardboard box in his head. And like Dolph Lundgren makes that look cool. Balding old bigots don't.
In the BBC. This Saturday.
Bin the BBC protest. Aye, bin it. Just find something better today. Tell all these alt-right fucking fandans to stop using that the BBC are wankers to indoctrinate you into their politics. And tell this guy to go and get a barber that doesn't use a ruler. Anyway, so this is the skinny. They're no longer doing official protests. They're now going into like full guerrilla warfare fucking protest mode. They're touching them about. They're touching the dirty bits, so they are there. They're touching the dirty bits. They're touching and schooling, they're telling them about the dirty bits and the soggy bits and the soggy and the dirty bits. No, Maggie, no. Oh, but Jesus. Anyway, so if you just watch them long enough, you can see the talking points. They're all over.
They're the myth-informed people, that's the minds people. We're all.
So very interesting that was happening to wee Tim Pool and Count Spunkula and all that, trying to get a wee mind stuff together while pretending it's not alt-right. That's a train. Or thunder. Or a junkie in a phone box. Or something very much like that. But apparently there's now cretins online phoning up the place that they're trying to have their wee meeting and putting in all sorts of bombing threats and all that. And that's the small-minded fucking moron world in which we stay. Or there's a lot of small-minded morons like that now in the world in which we stay. Anywho. So, I just don't think... I'm just not Machiavellian in behaviour, and I'm just not Machiavellian in nature. You know, I don't think the ends of stopping these people speak justifies the means of like putting in fake fucking bomb scares and fake accusations and just petty little fucking drone boy NPC behaviour. Anyway, digress.
A far-right rally in the American city of Portland sparked isolated clashes between attendees and counter-protesters. A couple hundred members of the right-wing group Proud...
You stink! No, you fucking stink! No, you stink! No, you stink! You're the stinkiest, stinky poo ever! No, you're shit on a stick, stinky poo times 1,000 and plus affinity! No, you stink!
A similar number of Antifa opponents on Saturday. At least 6 people suffered minor injuries, with one taken to hospital.
That we're proud Western chauvinists, that we're unapologetic for creating the modern world, that we empower the entrepreneur, we venerate the housewife, that we're very much First Amendment. We want everybody to be able to say what they want, no matter how crazy it is.
Officers seized weapons.
So they found the most crazy lunatic alt-right guy and fucking put him on a wee fucking minute blurb.
Including chemical sprays, knives, and a stun gun. They arrested 13 people in total. Right-wing and anti-fascist factions have clashed in Portland several times in recent months, including a violent...
How can you be against violence, get yourself tooled up, and then go to your fucking... I'm gonna beat the fuck out of them, teach them that violence is safe, fuck you, Fucking retarded fucking planet.
No.
I know what happened. So, again, like, TR News turns vigilante. You know, and there's nobody in there with the brain cell enough going like, here, listen, if this is the dude that's committed the crime that you're claiming and you've got him banged to rights, don't put this shit all over YouTube. Wait until he's locked up, good and proper, and don't give him the opportunity to get a good lawyer and get out in technicalities because you're fucking so stupid. You want to fucking put. You're fucking compelled to fucking broadcast this shit all over YouTube. Anyway, don't let that get in the way of a good story.
Good evening, people.
Still getting rid of his spaghetti hoops, look. And his
Yes,
bed
I
sit.
look unshaven, don't I?
Oh, what? Look, yes, do you know what it is? It's fucking sheltered accommodation or shit. You know, you can tell it's one of those horrible industrial fucking smoke alarms. Look. See, if you stayed there, you'd have to get a pair of socks or something to fucking put over that so you could smoke. You're not like... Anyway. Fucking went from a home environment with good Wi-Fi and all that to this shithole because of the cult of Tommy Robinson.
Of course, that's not what you're here for. You didn't come here to find out whether I look like a scruff or not. Now, before I go into the real topic of this video, someone in the comments of one of my other videos just mentioned that Richard Inman has apparently disabled comments. Now, I don't understand what's going on there.
Disabled comments, I don't understand it, so let me create a conspiracy.
Yeah, but it does...
Rickard Ingman's the cardboard cutout guy.
Strike me as a little bit suspicious, considering he hasn't disabled any comments until...
Oh man, fuck's sake man, just get Einstein right here.
Now, and far be it from me to try and pick a fight with anyone, and certainly not Richard Inman. After all, I've made clear I want the infighting to stop. But it is a little weird to me that he has disabled comments. That's all I'm saying. Right. Let's get logged in here.
That sounds fake, doesn't it? Starship. All systems go, Captain. Turbo boosters full strength, Captain.
Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to expose, if I can remember the newspaper, the Irvine Times. Because they've recently put out a hit piece on Tommy Robertson.
God, man. Yeah, I'd imagine his mum, right, isn't he on, I don't know, his old mum, let's say, right, getting on in years. It's hard enough. I'd imagine it's hard enough bringing up a kid that's autistic and stuff, you know. It was hard enough bringing up a normal kid, never mind one with the challenges of being autistic and stuff, and the stresses that could bring out in a parent, you know. You might try and set your kid up fucking to be sorted in later life, you know. You're worried about them being self-sufficient, being able to look after themselves and shit, and that stuff must be through the roof. If your kid turns out to have autism, and then he turns out and fucking swallows the bait to get into the Tommy Robinson cult. Oh, God, feel sorry for his mum and sister. Feel sorry for him as well, but 5G going to get you.
Last week. This week, as expected, the Trump administration is granting another but temporary reprieve for Huawei. This will essentially mean that Huawei will continue to be able to use Google's Android operating system, which it uses on its smartphones, and chips from US companies like Qualcomm, and also continue to supply rural networks here in the US that depend heavily on Huawei for telecommunications equipment. Now,
good way to escape the 5G fear getting pumped in our pumped up our arseholes right now. Touch base with the Chinese / American language news outlets. I'm not saying they're telling you the truth, but combine that with the fear mongering of the conspiracy land and the other stuff from the Western press, you'll get a better idea of what's happening with 5G rather than, I just think that's going to fire brains.
remember, Huawei was placed on this so-called entities list for ill-defined US national security reasons back in May, but pressure from US tech giants like Google and semiconductor firms that depend on Huawei for a big chunk of their profits had pressured the White House to ease the ban. While the move will help Huawei in the short term, the US Commerce
Google are fucking on board with the Chinese takeover of the world.
They also announced that US has added another 46 Huawei affiliates to this entities list of the Commerce Department, and that the extension, only granted for 90 days, and is only granted to give US companies and customers time to switch suppliers. Now, as you know, the move is part of a global campaign against Huawei by the Trump administration. It has pressured allies in Asia and Europe not to use Huawei 5G technology in their networks, despite the fact that Huawei is the world leader in that space. And
yeah, and they little factoids there got nothing to do with 5G frying your brain.
That national security concerns raised by the US about the risk of espionage with Huawei's network are largely speculative at best.
Anyway.
Alt-right.
I was wondering whether, remember earlier on Jim Dawson saying, what was that thing we wrote here at Templar Report saying this alt-right stuff was the load of nonsense, so we did here, so we did there.
On the other open source occult TV channel, someone was brought up, we just talked about the idea of the alt-right being a kind of a, well,
How could you have a beard that like kinda, you know, slithers in and out your mouth? I honestly don't know how people could talk. Number one, you couldn't eat food without it just going, oh, your fucking beard, right? Looking minging. And you wouldn't be able to breathe or anything without, we tickle, I don't know, just... And hold on, I need to block out his mouth so I can watch this.
Brought this idea before. An expression of the Presbyterian Church. And when I see people like Jordan Peterson now, what I see is a Presbyterian minister. It's nothing you wouldn't hear as a proclamation from like the Grand Council of the Churches of Church of Ireland, the Church of Scotland, the Church of Canada.
That one there, how annoying
it's
that?
Very in that league. Not that there's anything right to their own, as people say, but it's in that league.
almost makes you think that, you know, he's got sort of sticky slabbers and blah, 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 like big fucking Jabba the Hutt, but it's no, it's part of his beard that the fairies and the goblins and the goblins and the butt munchers and the fairies and the fairies and the goblins, the tooth fairies of the goblins have been pleating for him.
Yeah, the fucking sun here. It's in that league. And the alt-right thing, okay, I never saw it as anything other than a form of entertainment. I can't stand any political system. I'm a political...
Really? Why do you hang around with so many douchebags for the alt-right?
...eunuch. There's things that are left-wing that I think are good ideas, like, you know, universal healthcare.
Prostitution and razors, Mac 3s.
Access to...
razors, Mac 3s.
Reproductive services.
Yep, I like to get my end away. Definitely.
And the general idea...
Yep, you'd like to get your end... love to get your end away.
Idea of, you know, taking God out of society, diversion and inclusion. I'm all for that stuff, as long as it's the true thing. And not domination of any, or just, you know, picking on one group to appease another. And there's things about the right that I like too. Like I like. I
mean, does the guy look in the mirror and go, right, hold on, I've got fucking some straggly here. You can sort that in 2 seconds.
Like hard punishment. You know, I'd be in favour of like
a ghost for Ghostbusters with another slime in its lips.
And you know, well, if they were like, you know, when I say paedophiles, I mean the ones who are constantly raping young children, like the Jimmy.
As opposed to the ones that... What? When I say paedophiles there, so I do. I mean like the really bad ones, you know, so I do. Not like the ones that are, like, not raping little children there, so they aren't. Well, does that mean they're a paedophile? Yeah, well, I don't really know. The goblins or the fairy munchers.
Savile types are the ones who go after, like your Matt's name, Ian Watson, go after babies and them types. Some guy who's just a regular nonce, give him a prison sentence and fucking, you know, let him fucking live with that.
Regular nonce. Good nonce, good nonce, good nonce. Wank nonce. Oh, so I work in Sheridanland.
Chemical castration or something like that. But
something like that there, so there is so.
And I like the right-wing thing of protection, like military protection. I know that sounds very uncool, but your country needs an army. It's just as simple as that. You're just like your tribe in the past had warriors. Now, but that doesn't mean I'd ever... Like, when Trump won, I just thought it was hilarious, just the entertainment, and that's why I was so happy about it. Not because I support conservative politics, Jesus Christ, no. I was just so happy.
And the violence that and you know, which can lead to violence and homicide. And you know, when you see the violence that we are seeing, where you
And that, my friends, is the meaning of life. Man, I used to do that on a regular basis. But I was just telling David Icke to stop beating up Tina Turner. It's not nice of him. But what I was saying is this guy does presentations lasting 4, 5, 6 longer hours, I think. You can see why. His speech pattern is like, a man and I walked in to a house. The house was red, you see, and the windows in the house, but where the windows, the panes in the windows, you could see through them, so light could travel through. So although it looked like a capsule, it was still open to the earth, which means the vibrations of the air from inside and outside could resonate on the grass as well as the glass. And when it was resonating on the grass and the glass, it resonated and it went into my balls, and I went, oh! Then I started whistling like a kettle. As David Icke blows smoke up my arse, going, you're so wonderful, everything's vibrations, it's all fake, but I want your real money. Sorry, David, that's what I hear when I hear David Icke talk.
Have these people going crazy with guns, and they're
like a fucking doctor that can't speak English. You're going to die in 6 days. No, sorry, weeks. Sorry, hold on. Oh, years! Don't worry.
maybe other reasons for that too, relating to mind control, which is again manipulation of the brain. But when you see other things like I think it was a 17-year-old teenager picked up a little boy in London this week and threw him from the 10th floor of a building.
Oh God, how's he going to turn this into a conspiracy? Did you predict this very incident?
He didn't know the boy, just picked him up and threw him.
Right, I tried to look for details of that, and for obvious reasons there isn't very much about. I'm going to hold in my water and retain judgment of what actually happened until all the facts are presented. Don't worry about that, Ike. You just lash out. You get battered right into Tina.
When you look at the explosion of teenage suicide, the explosion of dementia, something's going on.
Right, so, again, there is an explosion of fucking suicides. There is an explosion of dementia. But if you're in the David Ear sphere of fear, fear sphere, easy for you to say, the fear, the sphere of fear, David Icke's lizard sphere of fear. I forgot what I'm fucking talking about now. If you're in his sphere of fear, then you can come to the wrong conclusion. I'm going to say it would be easy to manipulate you into coming to the wrong conclusion, right? Make you fucking batshit fucking crazy. There's fucking paedophilia coming everywhere. They're all coming out. They're all fucking out to get you. Die. You're in that mindset. Then he rocks up and presents facts that you can then Google. Like Deblima back there. And you can go, wow, suicides are up. Dementia up. Right? And then you can put dementia been up, fucking suicides been up, and the David Icke's sphere of fear together and come up with their own conclusion. And that's how David Icke operates. His sphere of fear. Woo! Easy for me to say.
Oh, but no, it's just the guns. You get rid of the guns and then it'll all go away. Well, no, it won't, because criminals and people that want to cause homicidal violence will always get access to guns. The problem is not the guns, and I can't stand guns personally, but the problem
Oh my god, it's almost like listening to fucking Alex Jones, isn't it? So again, they don't tell you what you think. You make your own mind up whether you're pro or anti-gun control. But for the next 90 minutes or next hours or so whatever, I'm going to sit here and just talk to you about fucking gun control's pros and cons. But hey, I'm just telling you the truth.
It's not the guns, it's the people with their finger on the trigger. A trigger finger attached to a brain that is being unraveled by multiple attacks, not least through electromagnetic attacks through smart technology. And wait till 5G comes in. It's all systematic. Oh no, it's guns.
Wait till 5G comes in. Ah! Mate, 5G's in fucking China and fucking some places in Britain already, you fucking bojo. No cunts for... Oh, God. Right, so, let's say there's... let's say there might be a iota of truth to my theory that this 5G shit is fear hyped up by the Five Eyes, right? Because they're fucking terrified of Huawei and the Chinas getting their 5G infrastructure rolled out worldwide because they can't match them on the technology level just now when it comes to 5G. Right, let's say this is closer to what's happening in real life rather than 5G is some sort of a direct energy weapon like 4G was going to be in 3G and 4G, anyway. Here you hear, coming straight from the horse's mouth, Ike, Max Egan back in the day, Alex Jones, are all piping out this fucking Five Eyes, fear-mongering, doom porn, fear porn around fucking 5G, right? Now, whether they know it or not, they are propagating the shite from the Five Eyes. The Five Eyes is what, people? The military-industrial complex. Fuck. How does Alex Jones do that? Fake voice all the time. Anyway. Digress. Let's hear about David Icke's perils of
So it can. So can it really be a big surprise? Says this article.
Oh right. So like, this article is it telling us the truth or lying?
To these scientists that a wireless implant controlled by a smartphone can manipulate brain cells. It's
right. Hold on. I'm getting very hypocrisy is logic here. So only watch alternative media because David Icke tells you the TV and mainstream press lie to you. Just throw it out. Just listen to him and Alex Jones. You'll get everything you need to know from him and Alex Jones in the alternative media. But now, after installing that narrative in your head, he's now reading out mainstream media articles and using that as evidence of his bullshit. So the mainstream media are either liars or not, and if they are, or maybe they lie in selective occasions. Maybe it's not all bullshit. But he doesn't tell you that. I am confused, Ike. You should stick to beating up fucking
It's bad enough
Tina.
that they have already been testing these on defenseless mice. Have they considered any or all of the risks associated with implanting these in people, including the potential for hacking these implants? This is the story at...
Yeah, look around the internet, man. You don't need to fucking install implants in people's nuts. Fucking create Tommy fucking Robinson or fucking Antifa and people are putting on masks and fucking football tops and battering lumps at each other. I'm not an NPC. You are. You stink. No, you do. My daddy. Oh, fucking hell, man. My daddy's bigger than your daddy. No, he's not. I mean, it's stupid arguments like that all over. Anyway, sorry, the Ike. Tell me the truth here, Ikey boy.
A website called Eureka Alert, or Eureka Alert. A team of scientists in Korea and the United States have invented a device that can control neurocircuits using a tiny brain implant.
I read something on the internet the other week that David Icke believed in shape-shifting lizards. It's not all true, you see. Some of it's just bullshit. Or metaphors for other things when people see through the bullshit. So maybe the trip and the brain isn't real like Icke's lizards, shape-shifting lizards. Maybe it's somebody hiding the reality secretly in a metaphor so they can say it publicly. You know, Icke's explanation as to his lizard shite. Anyway, too confusing for me, Icke. You just keep me interested. And remember, where's Jim Dawson? Just your average Ulster Scot, Knights Templars, paramilitaries in fucking Kosovo. Hates Tommy Robinson in the alt-right. But hey ho, once Tommy Robinson in the alt-right restored Tommy's social media, and it's been signed and shared by Jim Dawson. This is the Jim Dawson who believes gay sex is now mandatory. Don't tell Big Bob the Builder that's getting his hand away every night by telling Jim Dawson that gay sex is now mandatory. I think Jim needs to find that. Jamesy, hold on, Jamesy Boy's saying, mate, I agree with you, man. Kids, right, but it's not just anyway. James is saying, seeing a kid on an iPhone or iPad, they're totally immersed to the point they can't hear you. I've seen that, mate, but I've seen it with televisions as well. And that's why I think as an adult and you're supervising or you're around kids, that's why the remote control or the ability to, if the kid isn't listening to an important thing at any point, boom, take the phone off, turn the phone off, switch it off, and then deal with as many tantrums as you need to deal with until the child understands that human beings chatting is more important always than a television, a TV show, an iPad, an iPhone. Because I may have witnessed that, but I don't think it's just phones. Not just phones. I've seen it. Probably been it when I was younger as well. A few nights a week. Watching the telly. No, in fact, that's not true. No, it is true. There's sometimes when there's stuff on the TV that you're so, and you can hear, you're like, nah, shut up now. I need to hear if Rangers have signed anybody good. But aye, James, I hear you, man. I just think it's not the technology, it's attitude towards it, or how you prioritise things, you know? It's like, well, I don't know, you could go into a whole diatribe of fucking rules and regulations in and around iPhones, iPods, fucking computer games and all that with kids, but each to their own. The more variety of approaches you've got, the quicker as a species we'll actually learn what works and what doesn't. You know? Anyway, I digress. So, thanks for joining. And where this week's not the Infowars Nightly News. The Family, very interesting documentary. Never suspend disbelief. It's clearly part of I would say, kind of a smearing of the rights takeover in America. But at the same token, you can take away stuff from it. I do believe. Anyway, so thanks for joining this week's Not the Infowars Nightly News. Remember what I do here is digital basking. It is all available and accessible free of charge. I hope to do such a good job you'll find value in what I do and use the spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. Thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, all the good stuff. Leave all your comments, the good, the bad, ugly and indifferent. I'll read and respond to as many as I can. Thumbs it up, share it, all that good stuff. Say hi to folks in the chat room, and then I'm out of here. Jesus, it's nearly 11 o'clock. McVie the Third, how you doing, my man? Hope you're keeping well. Apple Charlotte in the evening. Stewie, how yous all doing? PayPal Patriot. When you PayPal Patriot, is that you, Active? I seen Alan calling you Active earlier on. I was like, nah, he's got you anyway. Lazy Jesus, Jamesy Boy, Charlotte, McVie the Third, PayPal Patriot, I believe is Active Patriot, Miss Spice, McVie the Third, Voodoo Media, how you doing? Lazy Jesus in the evening, guys and girls, Stewie, Gorillas in the Mist, was it 5G? I'm not going to try and get the context of that. And I'm not just saying that I think the 5G stuff is a bunch of fear to wind people up. I'm saying because in my conspiratardom, that's my conspiracy, I see a deep throat state conspiracy. So deep it comes out your arse and then back in again. Voodoo, Gorilla. In the evening one and all. Devon, Hugh McMillan in the evening, guys. Punk on the whiskey, how you doing, Punk? Hope you're keeping well. Eunice, Charlotte, guys and girls, the artist formerly known as Tony, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're keeping well. Punk on the whiskey, PayPal Patriot, McVie, Lopa. Richie, how you doing, Richie? Hope you're keeping well. Gas Mask was in at some point as well. How you doing, gents? Hope you're keeping well. And make sure you check out a lot of those channels for all the guys and girls that put up their own content. Original content. So tune in next Monday. Sorry for no show last night. Something came up and I didn't do it. But hey ho. Tune in next Monday for Roast the Host. And next Tuesday for Not the Infowars Nightly News. Thumbs it up, share it, all the good stuff. I'm good to go. I'll catch you next Monday.
Cips Clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the doublespeak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Cips Clip.